Welcome to our channel, where we dive into the wild world of Reddit stories. Subscribe for more insane content. Story number 1 takes us to Portland, where Marcus, 34, was a quiet accountant the a-holant. He had never been in trouble in his life. But one Thursday afternoon, everything changed. Marcus posted on the subreddit pro-revenge subreddit under the throwaway account u/revenge123. He described his normal routine, which included working long hours and going to the gym. But everything changed when his co-worker started bullying him. She looked at him and said, "You have no idea what you just did." Marcus tried to brush it off, but the tension kept building. One day, he decided to take matters into his own hands. He started by hacking into the co-worker's computer. She had no idea what was coming. The co-worker's computer started malfunctioning, and she lost all her father-in-laws. The office was in chaos, and everyone was shocked. The twist came when the co-worker realized what had happened. She looked at Marcus and said, "You're a genius." The community on Reddit loved the story, with over 20,000 upvotes. But wait, story number 2 is even wilder. Story number 2 takes us to a small bar in New York, where a mother-in-law, 28, was a bartender. She had been working at the bar for a few years. But one night, everything changed. A mother-in-law posted on the subreddit malicious compliance subreddit under the throwaway account u/bartender90. She described her normal routine, which included serving drinks and chatting with customers. But everything changed when a customer started being rude to her. He looked at her and said, "You're just a bartender, you'll never be anything more." A mother-in-law tried to stay calm, but the customer kept pushing her buttons. One night, she decided to take matters into her own hands. She started by spiking the customer's drink with a harmless substance. The customer had no idea what was coming. The customer started acting strangely, and the bar was in chaos. The twist came when the customer realized what had happened. He looked at a mother-in-law and said, "You got me." The community on Reddit loved the story, with over 30,000 upvotes. Story number 3 takes us to a hospital, where David, 35, was a night shift nurse. He had been working at the hospital for a few years. But one night, everything changed. David posted on the subreddit revenge stories subreddit under the throwaway account u/nurse23. He described his normal routine, which included taking care of patients and father-in-lawing out paperwork. But everything changed when a doctor started bullying him. The doctor looked at him and said, "You're just a nurse, you'll never be a doctor." David tried to stay calm, but the doctor kept pushing his buttons. One night, he decided to take matters into his own hands. He started by documenting all the doctor's mistakes. The doctor had no idea what was coming. The hospital was in chaos, and the doctor was fired. The twist came when the doctor realized what had happened. He looked at David and said, "You won." The community on Reddit loved the story, with over 40,000 upvotes. Story number 4 takes us to a small business, where Sarah, 29, was the owner. She had been working hard to build her business. But one day, everything changed. Sarah posted on the subreddit entrepreneur subreddit under the throwaway account u/business90. She described her normal routine, which included managing employees and making deals. But everything changed when a competitor started sabotaging her business. The competitor looked at her and said, "You'll never succeed." Sarah tried to stay calm, but the competitor kept pushing her buttons. One day, she decided to take matters into her own hands. She started by hiring a private investigator. The competitor had no idea what was coming. The private investigator discovered all the competitor's dirty secrets. The twist came when the competitor realized what had happened. He looked at Sarah and said, "You're a genius." The community on Reddit loved the story, with over 50,000 upvotes. Story number 5 takes us to the mother-in-law Terry, where Jack, 32, was a veteran. He had been serving his country for years. But one day, everything changed. Jack posted on the subreddit mother-in-law Terry subreddit under the throwaway account u/veteran12. He described his normal routine, which included training in missions. But everything changed when a fellow significant other started bullying him. The fellow significant other looked at him and said, "You're just a weak significant other." Jack tried to stay calm, but the fellow significant other kept pushing his buttons. One day, he decided to take matters into his own hands. He started by reporting the fellow significant other to their commander. The fellow significant other had no idea what was coming. The commander was shocked, and the fellow significant other was court-martialed. The twist came when the fellow significant other realized what had happened. He looked at Jack and said, "You won." The community on Reddit loved the story, with over 60,000 upvotes. Recap the wildest moments from these stories. Which story was the craziest? Subscribe for more insane content.